Okay, I know this review is coming out a little later than expected, but they weren't showing it close enough to where I live, so, better late than never, I suppose. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Daniel Strunk from QuickTime Reactions, and I am actually ventured a little farther away from where I live locally because every month I usually have the tradition of watching at least one IMAX movie per month. And you'll figure out soon which one it'll be because I will be posting that review later on today. But before that, and well, after that, because there's another movie that I'm going to watch. Yes, 3 reviews today. But anyway, back to it. Before I see my IMAX movie of the month, I went to go see a film that actually came out last week, but again, it wasn't playing close enough to where I live. So I saw it this weekend, and that film is My Dead Friend Zoe. And this film stars Sonequa Martin Green, Natalie Morales, Utkarsh Ambudkar. I hope I'm saying his name correctly. Gloria Rubin, Morgan Freeman, and Ed Harris. And it tells the story of a woman named Merritt and her best friend Zoe. And one of them is dead. Zoe, obviously, name of the title, My Dead Friend Zoe. Zoe's dead, and it is up to Merritt to not only deal with the trauma that her dead friend is creating, but also some family strife that is going on right in the present moment. So when I saw the trailers for this movie, I thought, okay, this is probably going to be um, a de like a like just a tear, not necessarily a tear down, but a dissection really of how soldiers get PTSD and how they deal with that. Morgan Freeman's character is, of course, playing the group therapy leader, and Merritt is just constantly like denying going um, to therapy, and it's on account of like you know obviously it's her PTSD that's dealing with it. She doesn't want to confront it, and I like the choice in the movie that she has like her morning routine is like getting dressed, cleaning off her shoes, pounding the dog tags, and then running. And I find that very interesting that they chose running as her form of exercise, like literally running away from her problems. Like, I just find that so very interesting. Also, in the beginning of the movie, it says inspired by a true story. And I was like, whose true story are they talking about? Because, I would have potentially heard something about it if it was a true story. But I actually want to. Do I want to talk about it? Okay. So, in order for me to fully give you guys an appreciation, because I really love this movie, but for me to give you a full understanding of my appreciation, I'm going to have to go into spoilers for this movie. So, again, full spoiler warning. I'm going to talk about what happens in this movie and why Zoe is dead, because it's not for the reason you think. Okay, now that I've given everybody time, let's talk about spoilers. So, it was set up earlier on in the movie that there is a sniper in the mountain ranges for um, because they're stationed in Afghanistan. What happened was is that Zoe and Merritt got into an argument, and Zoe just walks out of the gate. And you think that she got shot by that sniper. Well, no. What actually happened was Merritt actually got her behind the gate again and said, hey, whatever happens after this, I've got your back. And they agreed on that because Zoe was going to re-enlist. And that didn't happen. Well, what happens? They drift apart. They go into two completely separate lives. Zoe's like, middle class, like working at a diner and just doing whatever. Meanwhile, Merritt is, with her family, going to college, et cetera, doing all that stuff that she talked about in the Army. And Zoe tried to call her, and Merritt ignored it. And Zoe, not having any other choices, well, I don't want to say it here on YouTube, but it's pretty clear what happens. And I just find it very interesting that the guilt of having your best friend pass away like that, I find that absolutely incredible. Or not necessarily incredible, like in a sense of, what actually happened, but it's incredible writing, I would say, because it kind of subverts like what your normal expectation is and makes it something completely different and just more of a gut punch, in my opinion, than like your typical way of doing it in other movies. And she, like I said in the intro, she's also dealing with family stuff. Her grandfather, Ed Harris's character, he's dealing with early onset Alzheimer's, and kind of have to make the decision of, well, do we sell his cabin or not? And all that stuff. I can never attest to being in combat because I haven't. But I can say that, dealing with the passing of a relative close to you, it does hit hard. And, seeing them just kind of slowly degrade to nothing is, it's really, really sad. And I know it'll happen to me more as life goes on, but it's just something that I just really hope I never have to. I know I'll have to witness it, but it's a feeling that I really hope I never return to ever. And like I said, being based on true stories, it was actually based off of the director's real life history. His two best friends, that he served in the Army with, they were able to serve and get out and ended things on a not so good note, as the same way that characters in the movie, or Zoe did. And I just, if you ever feel alone in the world, just try and go talk to somebody, whether it be your parents or your friends or support group, because there is somebody out there that appreciates you. And I just find that the message at the end of the film just absolutely hitting hard. Yeah, everybody's performances were really, really good. Kyle Houseman Stokes did an amazing job in directing this, and I also feel the message is very, very powerful and very, very poignant as well. So if you have not seen My Dead Friend Zoe yet, or haven't had the chance to, try and go find it and watch it in theaters, because it is absolutely harrowing. It is absolutely heartbreaking, and the message is really, really good in it. Like I said, I've got 2 more reviews coming, and you'll just have to find out what they are relatively soon. I'll catch you guys later. And also, look out for people. Love you guys.